Dear Lagosians, welcome to 2023. As many of you know, my name is Funso Doherty, and I am the ADC candidate for Governor of Lagos in 2023. Now, each new year brings with it a fresh opportunity to turn over a new leaf in the book of our lives. First and foremost, I'm grateful to the Almighty God for preserving us thus far and enabling us by His grace to see and to be a part of this new chapter that begins today. On this first day of 2023, each one of us individually and all of us collectively, as a community, as a state, and as a nation, stand at the threshold of a new and an exciting season of great promise. 2023 offers us a rare and valuable opportunity to launch ourselves into a new era. But to do this, we must recognize the opportunity that lies before us and seize it with both hands in order to fulfill our potential. And if we do, I am certain that we can look forward to the future with great optimism. We just closed a chapter on a year, 2022, that was no doubt one of the most challenging that we have ever faced as a community, as a state, and as a nation. Very many more of us experienced severe difficulty in 2022, and far more intensely so than ever before in recent history. It is especially unfortunate that for us in Lagos, even though our state has been a commercial center for centuries and is blessed with so many natural and historical advantages and vast resources, the experience of our residents in 2022, after almost a quarter of a century, that is almost a generation of unbroken governance by the ruling party, the APC, was not much better. It does not have to be this way. Now, during 2022, I unveiled our Tiger Agenda for Lagos. This agenda succinctly outlines our development priorities that squarely target the key hardships, deprivations, and indignities that confront our people daily. This Tiger Agenda also lays a foundation for the Lagos that we can be, and that by the grace of God, we will be a first class and a world class, first world Lagos. So what does that Lagos look like? Come along with me and let's take a look together. It is a Lagos that is free of the legendary, spirit-sapping, health-destroying traffic. It is a city that runs on city-wide infrastructure that is better planned and procured and delivered transparently and effectively without the ever-present monsters of corruption, of self-dealing, of conflicts of interest by serving public officers. Infrastructure that is befitting of a modern megacity. It is a Lagos that is delivered from the constant menace of the almighty Agberus that are now operating at the height of their power, with impunity, emboldened and empowered by the ruling party to extort money every day, from some of our most vulnerable members of our society, who, by the way, the ruling party has taken an oath to serve and protect. It is a Lagos whose citizens are no longer victims of an unfair tax system that is administered using a mechanism that was conceived in blatant self-interest and violation of public trust, in our opinion. A system that to this day continues to line the pockets of those few individuals with money that belongs to all of us. A system that protects the strong and the privileged at the expense of the weak and the struggling. This new Lagos is a Lagos that delivers education and health systems and outcomes that the people will trust and that they will willingly opt to access. It is a Lagos that invests in, that protects, and enhances our most valuable resource, which is our people, especially our young people, who are the engines of a sustainably prosperous society. It is a Lagos where all employees of the state, anyone employed by Lagos State government, are well paid and at the same time held to high standards of conduct, where merit is valued and rewarded, where there is effective monitoring, control, enforcement, prosecution of bad eggs by an empowered and diligent Attorney General's office, and a criminal justice system that works. A Lagos where officers of the state cannot continue to operate as predators, abusing their positions for personal gain and corrupt enrichment. Where the average Lagosian is treated as a valued consumer of government services and served with integrity and with dignity, rather than being preyed upon in what is effectively a lion's den of extortion and harassment. It is a Lagos where the benefit of all of these progressive measures are felt across policy areas, from housing to water to power to environment and on, as the actions of government are increasingly brought into line and into alignment with the interests of the people. It is a Lagos that is supportive of both large and small businesses, recognizing that entrepreneurship, commerce, and industry are drivers of jobs and therefore of broad-based prosperity. Very importantly, it is a Lagos that protects and lends a hand to its most vulnerable. Fellow Lagosians, we all know that 2023 is an election year. But it's an election year like no other in recent history. On the one hand, game-changing technology has been introduced into the electoral process. On the other, the psyche of the electorate is awakened and charged in a new and exciting way, coming in the wake of the NSAS and the Sorosoke movements. This new electoral terrain should be considered in many ways a gift from God, which must be used wisely. And what I am certain of is that if we, the people, choose to exercise our mandate and express our preference through our votes, there is no power on earth that can stop that train. The will of the people will prevail in 2023. Now, this is a concept that is generating great excitement and indeed joy in certain quarters. But it should also not surprise us to know that in certain other quarters, the reaction is one of suspicion, of fear, and in some cases of panic. It is clear that if large sections of the people, the electorate, stay away in 2023 and do not come out to vote, that also would be expressing a preference. It would be expressing a preference for maintaining the status quo. And that is a trap that we must avoid. We should be keenly aware that for us in Lagos, the elections that will produce the next leadership of our state, led by the governor, is probably more important than the presidential elections, which has so far occupied the attention of most people. The key to the Lagos that we all desire actually lies in Alausa and not in Aso Rock. Fellow Lagosians, it is Shakespeare that said, "There is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken at the flood leads on to fame and fortune." And the Bible tells us that to everything there is a season and a time for every purpose. Each of us has been assigned a role by providence at this time in history. And we must neither be absent nor be found wanting. Let us each pray for the wisdom and understanding to know what is our part, and the courage and resolve to play it well. And assuredly, we will give birth to the bright future that we seek. I want to congratulate you on making it into this history-making, seminal, and defining year that is 2023. And I wish you a happy, a prosperous, and a fulfilled new year. God bless you. God God bless Nigeria. And God bless Lagos State.